Hi everyone, this is Marianne and welcome to my channel. Today in this video I am going to talk about some changes I have decided to make in my disc-bound life notebook. But please excuse the ink on my fingers. I have already washed my hands after filming that video about how to use an acetate sheet to make your fountain pens write more readily, but some of the ink has remained. This life notebook is still the same configuration as I had it when I expanded it the last time. I showed this in a video which I will link down below. I also have a video about how and why I made this notebook, and I will also link that video down below. Now, I decided to make some changes in my life notebook because I have an idea about a change that I want to make or try out in my process of writing my second novel. So the first step in making this change in this notebook is for me to accept that I will be needing bigger discs. This notebook is right now still on the metal expander discs from the Happy Planner. It's 1.75 inches in diameter. But today I want to move to the 2-inch metal silver discs that my cousin Cherry gifted me with last year. These are from Jane's Agenda, and I have an unboxing video of these discs, which I will link down below. Now these are listed as 2-inch discs, but if we take my ruler and take an actual measurement, these are not exactly 2 inches in diameter. This is a smidge smaller than 2 inches, but it's close enough, close enough. These 2-inch discs actually don't have that much of a difference when compared with the 1.75-inch discs. Visually, they are not that much far apart in size. So I actually was wondering if upgrading to the bigger discs would make that much of a difference in my use of this notebook. However, I still decided to go with the bigger discs because that additional space on the discs will always be welcome. I mean, I will not begrudge myself disc space just because the difference in the disc size does not look so dramatic to my eyes. Now the silver color of the discs is okay. Silver is neutral, so it goes with everything. And the teal discs wasn't my first disc color choice either, although it certainly grew on me, like the color sort of ended up blending well with the teal color of the sweater that's on the cover of the notebook. But I think the black discs would look best with this notebook. However, I have the silver, so that's what I am using. And like I said, I am making the changes in this life notebook because I want to try out something new in my process in writing my second novel. My first novel is already finished. I do have a vlog series on my channel about my process for finishing the writing of that novel, and the playlist will be linked below. That novel is going to be released in April of this year by Penguin Books, and I will also link the publisher's website in the description box. I also have already prepared the index cards that I will be using for plotting out my second novel per chapter and per act. I have a video about that as well. The link will be below. And I'm not really in a hurry to even begin the actual writing of this novel. I'm not. I do not have a deadline for myself yet for this. However, I have discovered something about motivational style which might help enhance or help out my writing process. Recently, I have discovered the YouTube channel of Dr. K. His channel is called Healthy Gamer GG. I will link it down below, and in one of his videos, he discussed the 3 different kinds of motivation styles according to personality. He says that usually we look at motivation, or the right kind, quote unquote, of motivation as something that is steady and focused on one thing, but that doesn't work for everyone because people have different cognitive styles that influence their motivational styles. If you don't think in a steady and focused manner, then the steady and focused motivation style won't work for you. You will just end up frustrating yourself. In the video, Dr. K discussed 3 different styles of motivation, like I said, and this is according to Ayurveda. And these 3 different motivational styles are likened to the elements. The steady and focused motivational style is called the Pitta, and is like fire. It is a steady burn and really continues burning until it's done. And people in the Pitta style don't usually have any problems with motivation because society is designed for the Pittas to succeed. That's according to Dr. K. Then there is the Kapha style of motivation, which is resilient, like earth. They usually start slow, but when they get into the groove, they can be awesome. They just need a lot of time to get started. Kaphas also tend to start slow with their days, like they don't work well in the mornings and only gain momentum in the late afternoons and early evenings, and they can work well into the night. And I'm a lot like that. Not sure though if it's because of my insomnia or my cognitive style. I don't know really, so I don't place much importance on that detail. And then there is the Vata motivational style, which is like wind because it's all over the place. And that sounds a lot like me. Our mind moves in different directions. We have so many interests, and all of them are important to us. So focus is difficult if we force ourselves to do it. And follow up is also hard because, unlike the pitta, we are not that focused at all. Our mind wanders and we get excited about different things. But Dr. K says that's okay. We can still achieve a lot of things if achieving a lot of things is what we want to do. And the key is to rotate what we are working on. The analogy that he used is for the pittas, they usually dig one well 100 feet deep. With the vatas, we dig one well 1 foot deep, then dig another well 1 foot deep, and then another well, and so on and so forth. But then we circle back and continue digging that first well, and so on and so forth. It takes us longer to finish things because we work on a lot of things at the same time, but we do finish things. Because even though we get excited about one thing and then get bored and then we move on to the next thing, we can also just as easily get re excited about the previous things, like digging the multiple wells. And so I guess this is why this life notebook is working so well for me because in this one single notebook, I have all of the sections that I need for all of the things that I rotate in my days and in my current life. And by the way, in my case, there's not even literally a lot of things. There's just a few things. First, there is my novel. Only one novel at a time, mind you. Then there is my thesis, which I am now wrapping up. And then there is my YouTube channel. And then there is my notebook making business, which is really 30% hobby and 70% for the purpose of earning money. And while making notebooks, that's when I watch movies and TV shows and series and documentaries and such things. And I take a lot of notes, which are also here in my life notebook. And then there is also the personal reading, for which I also take a lot of notes. So what I am doing in this video right now is really just lessening the number of blank sheets that are in the sections, except for the section for my second novel, to which I will be adding more blank sheets because I want to try to handwrite the entire first draft of chapter 1, which is an activity which I want to add to my rotation of activities. Because, like I said, I'm already wrapping up my thesis, but I feel like it's the most crucial part where I need to ram home my point. But I have been dragging my feet because the hyper focus has been burning me out. I have been trying to be a pitta, like a steady and focused fire that burns and burns consistently until it's done, but that does not come naturally to me. It's not that I get bored with my thesis, it's that I get frustrated and annoyed with myself when I am working on it. So I need to shift to something else, but still in the realm of deep work. I will still be doing deep work, but deep work that is rotated across two different major tasks: thesis on the computer and second novel on a notebook. And that is why I am making the adjustments to this notebook. I hope that makes sense. So I am adding more blank pages to my section for my second novel, and I am taking advantage not only of the slightly bigger discs, but also of the thinner paper. These mica branded pad papers here that I have made a pen test on. They work very nicely with the fountain pens that I have used for testing. I will link the video in the description box. I have cut down the larger intermediate pad down to A5 size, and I am not sure that I like it. The smaller pad here, called the grade 4 pad, is 10 millimeters shorter than A5, but it's really much easier to place in the notebook because I don't have to cut it down to size. And I was thinking this is the disc bound system anyway, so it really should not matter to me if the paper isn't exactly A5. That's okay. And so that's what I'm doing here, just taking out sheets from the grade 4 pad, the smaller pad, and then hole punching them, and then placing them in my life notebook in the section for my second novel. I already have some notes in this section, by the way. And so that's it. That is the plan. Therefore, I am hoping that this life notebook I am adjusting will work even better for me than it already is, because it will be an even more efficient tool that I can use as I cycle or rotate through the tasks across my days. And I guess that is my little video for you today. Even though I may have rambled on, I hope you still found this video helpful, and I hope you enjoyed. Check out Dr. K's video about motivational styles, which is linked below. Thanks for watching. Bye.